Hello everyone and welcome back to my craft room. My name is Whitney and today we are continuing the great debate over which version of a stocking cosplay I should make. Spoiler alert, why not both? I'll be doing a double reveal at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. Grab your favorite cup of coffee and let's get started. To start the first cosplay, I'm grabbing a bodice pattern I picked up on Etsy. I chose this specific one because I liked its shape. It seemed the most flattering for my body shape while still looking similar enough to the Season 1 design. With the pattern in hand, I laid out the pieces and started cutting out the base layer. I'll admit, I was a little nervous starting this, as this style was new to me. However, the pattern was super easy to follow, and once I was underway, I felt a lot better. The next crucial step was the interfacing layers. I cut these using the exact same pattern. They'll help the final garment hold its shape and look crisp. After cutting, I ironed the interfacing onto the fabric and did a final trim to clean up any overhang. And of course, I was so focused that I completely forgot to turn the camera back on. So here's the bodice all sewn together. I'm happy with how it turned out so far. I just have it pinned in the back for now, which is where I'll be adding a zipper later. Moving on, it's time for the skirt. I'm using a circle skirt pattern that I drafted a long time ago. It's my go-to skirt pattern. I've used it countless times. I'll have a link down below to the tutorial I used to make it. The only alteration I needed was adding that signature blue stripe near the bottom. I marked the top and bottom of the stripe directly on the curved pattern using a ruler, ensuring the width stayed as consistent as possible. When I cut this piece out, it became the perfect stripe pattern and it fit the skirt nicely. I pinned the stripe to the main skirt and then top stitched them together. I'm really happy with the outcome, and the next step is joining it to the bodice. Of course, my cat Mizu felt the need to try it on first. Even though she makes crafting a little more difficult, she's just too adorable to ignore. She always makes me smile. Before joining the two main pieces, I finished off the bottom of the bodice with another blue strip. I needed that additional length in the waist for the final design. For some extra magical girl flair, I decided to make ruffles for the base of the skirt. While they were a little tedious to create, I absolutely love the outcome. They add a cute and whimsical look. To add the final bodice details, I attached a silver bias tape to the top edge and some white frilly lace to the center front. I also added blue lace ruffles along the outside of the sleeve. Taking these same three elements, I decorated a white corset I already had in my stash. This detail will help make the final look more cohesive, and honestly, I just really like these fun little trims. With the main pieces done, it's time to work on the other accessories. Stocking has multiple bows in her design, 1 in her hair and 3 on the skirt. I used the same white and blue fabric as the main outfit to put these together. I actually really enjoy making bows. Using interfacing really helps give them more body and hold that perfect shape. I'll be attaching these to the skirt using self-adhesive pin backs. This is key because it makes them removable, so I can wash the cosplay without worrying about the bows or the plastic hearts getting destroyed. I used the same method for my Nurse Joy cosplay, and I loved the convenience. To get those cute 3D shapes, I'm using these fillable containers I found at the Dollar Tree. Instead of using resin, which can be heavy on a costume, I opted for these plastic containers because they are lightweight and easy to paint. I'm simply spray painting them white, then blue. I'll top them off with a sparkly Mod Podge, and since they have a small loop on the top, it made it very easy to hand stitch onto the front of the bow. To incorporate more angelic references in my cosplay, I'm also adding these super pretty iridescent wing fabric appliques. I just love the extra sparkle they bring. I used an old ribbon choker as a reference to create my new one. I cut a white satin ribbon for the base. I then attached holographic vinyl strips to both sides of a heart buckle and sewed the same blue ruffles to the top and bottom of the ribbon. I used hot glue to attach a pair of angel wings to the center, followed by the heart and holographic strips. To prevent the edges from fraying, I heat sealed them with a match. To finish the choker, I used pliers to crimp a pair of ribbon end clasps, then attached a jump ring to each side, placing a jewelry lobster clasp in between them. Unfortunately, one of the rings broke during a test fitting when it caught on my wig. I replaced it with a chain, which worked much better. I was over the moon when a friend of mine offered to 3D print stocking sword for me. I'm still very new to 3D printed objects, so I had to watch countless videos on how to finish and glue them together. I'm really happy with how mine came out. Even though I've had to re-glue it a few times, it was perfect for the cosplay. I'll put a link in the description box for the sword file I purchased. Pro tip: a boot makes an excellent sword holder while the glue is curing. For my jewelry, I didn't have any silver bangles, but I did have a bunch of gold ones I wasn't using. I took a chance on using silver spray paint to change their color. I'm pleased to report that it worked very well, and the best part is I haven't had any issue with the paint coming off on my cosplay gloves. If you'd like to see how I created the fake donuts, there will be a link down below. One small detail I wanted to duplicate was the cute little name badge she wears. I purchased a DIY button keychain blank from Hobby Lobby, used some permanent vinyl to trace out the S shape, attached it to a blue back, and then sealed the button. I'll be pinning this to the shirt with a safety pin to wear it. Since I've made quite a few aprons for previous cosplays, I used the one I made for my cleffable to create a quick pattern. I did this by folding the apron in half vertically down the center and traced the outside edge onto scrap paper. This one was especially fun because I gave it a really deep pocket so I can easily stash my phone and other belongings. I created the pocket by duplicating the main apron pattern and cutting off a bit of height. With my pattern complete, I cut out both pieces on the fold. For the waistband, I simply tore two 4-inch wide strips, making sure that they were long enough to tie comfortably around my waist. Now it's time to stitch it all together. And of course, we can't forget this cute eyelet ruffle trim. A quick test fit, and we are ready for the double reveal. so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and my process, please feel free to give it a like and subscribe. Have a lovely rest of your day and happy crafting.